Welcome everyone to game number 2 in Masters of Socotra 2 Grand Finals, best of 7 finals here between Mr. Yo and Vinchester. Vinchester here playing as the Britons up against Mr. Yo's Lithuanians. So I think Mr. Yo got a great pick in here against the extra ranged of the Britons. You have Mr. Yo's faster moving trash units, and the laming has already begun as Vinchester forcing Winchester seeing this villager come forward from Mr. Yo. Let's see who got out better in this little scout engagement. 27 hit points against 27, so just dead even on that little scout engagement. Mr. Yo looking for something to lame, looking to be annoying. Vinchester has not headed out across the map. I don't think Mr. Yo is going to find anything back here, but he's headed around. He's going to see all the gold and the stone and the relic for Vinchester. Whereas Vinchester now headed out. He sees the zebra. He knows a little better where he's headed. He's going to walk straight to those berries. That'll do some damage. Now, another advantage of the Lithuanians, all that extra starting food by the Lithuanians, they start with a bunch of extra food. 150 extra food, so that just allows a much faster, much smoother start. As Vinchester, he sees the berries, um, must not be looking to do anything about that, and headed on back, just wandering around. Neither player accomplishing anything at the moment with their rushes, with their villagers that are forward. Vinchester just wandering around out here with lots of villagers trying to deny anything from Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo has more villagers working, and I like having villagers working. People just standing around are not that productive to these medieval kingdoms. However, villagers who are working make the world go round. And what is going on? Oh, Vinchester not paying good attention. He's going to lose some HP, probably lose that villager. I would say that's a lost cause. These two villagers have a battle out in the middle, and dead even. Mr. Yo's buff male villager against the equally buff female villager of Vinchester as they're dead even. Oh, Mr. Yo's villager just ahead. Mr. Yo is going to win this villager fight. So Vinchester down a villager, trying to get home with this other villager. That villager looks to go down. Vinchester going to be down two villagers, zero down for Mr. Yo. This is not a good start for Vinchester. And Mr. Yo down here, he's got a house on the stone just to be annoying, just to make that harder to take later. It's not walled up, but it's going to be annoying anyway. And Mr. Yo, he lost his scout. So he's pushing in the zebra with two villagers, shoots it down, ready to take it as fast as he can. Vinchester forward with another villager. This has not been a good start for Vinchester. 2-1, 2-0 eco KD, 2-1 kill death ratio with Mr. Yo losing his scout, Vinchester losing a villager. And over here we see Mr. Yo. He found the zebra of Vinchester. I don't think Vinchester has found these. Let's go ahead and check. I doubt this is Vinchester has not seen that and is relatively unlikely to for a while. So that is either wasted or extra effective, whichever way. I don't know because those are likely to be fully rotted out by the time that Vinchester finds them. As Mr. Yo out here taking with three strong villagers, very good. Out here taking these center zebra that are really between the players. I don't know whose they were originally. As okay, Mr. Yo scouting around looking to find whatever he can, looking for the zebra, and just runs into a wall. And there's a pathway? There's no pathway, right? No, there's no pathway. This villager trapped back here, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if Vinchester does trap this villager back here, effectively earning himself another villager kill. You better hurry. Oh, okay. Vinchester is gonna try to batter down these walls, make this villager. Okay, yeah, the villager back here by Mr. Yo gonna go ahead and drop a house. Yeah, there you go, Vinchester. I was just gonna say I would just go ahead and wall this up. You're never gonna break through and kill the villager. Wall it up, make the villager in effect dead. Make the villager useless. You can kill it later whenever you feel like it. You've got that villager penned in. But Mr. Yo just way ahead in the villager numbers 21 to 18 as Vinchester also has a villager's worth of vital TC time as well as the two loss. So three villagers behind from Vinchester. And Mr. Yo already up to feudal age. Vinchester, he's not that far away. I would expect to see him head up before too long, but not yet. 14 on food, so that'll get there very, very quickly. And both players, let's see what the Lithuanian player on Arabia likes to add militia men-at-arms. Over here, I don't think that's the case. It looks like Mr. Yo, he is going to be dropping down a barracks with these three villagers, I would have to assume. A forward barracks followed up by an archery range or a stable. I would expect an archery range to make those fast skirmishers and archers to do some damage, as most players do not go scouts on this map. That never, I actually have never seen scouts on this map in this Masters of Socotra tournament. Not saying it hasn't happened. There's a ton of sets I haven't seen. I just haven't seen it. As 16 seconds away versus a minute away, Mistrio with a minute, 1 minute time advantage here to start producing these archers and skirmishers. It's a big deal. Vinchester really lagging behind in this game. However, only down one villager at this moment. That's because he's got two more villagers of TC time working on feudal age. Villagers, I guess, take around 20-ish seconds to produce that. Straight into the skirmishers by Mr. Yo. Skirmishers and towers. Oh, but Winchester sees this, pulling all the villagers to try to do something about this. Now, I would love to see pros pre-wall these towers. Like, if Mr. Yo had walled that, instead of starting with the tower, he would be able to get this tower up. Now, this tower is going to go up, and it's already going to be on the way down as these villagers are at the foundation, battering away at it. And skirmishers coming out, the villagers aren't scared of that either. I don't love how pros play this with the towers. Not saying that I could do better, but I think there's a holdover from a lot of these top players from the Voobly days where towers were a whole lot tougher. Two skirmishers, not frightening. Vinchester backs away with a couple villagers, but he backs up. He is frightened. I take it back. Um, Vinchester backs up, and this is just a bad situation for Vinchester as he's now three villagers behind, taken off the berries, and over here gonna drop his own tower to hold this gold area. This is a nice area. If Vinchester locks this down, he will be able to take gold and stone for the foreseeable future. However, Mr. Yo, he's headed over here. He doesn't want to allow that to happen. It's just going to be a skirm battle. Vinchester's adding in some archers, but I don't think that's the play. When the opponent's going full skirm, your own archers aren't going to be that helpful. I guess the archers do a lot more damage to the villagers. Mr. Yo sneaking these villagers around here, trying to find a ways where he can pressure the. Oh wow, that tower like it had ballistics hitting that villager as she ran across in front of the tower. So Vinchester, with this part of his base now locked down, protected, safe, secure. However, Mr. Yo dropping a blacksmith to get armor and fletching on these units as he continues to make skirmishers. And Vinchester can't fight the skirmishers, but again, skirmishers aren't the scariest force in the world. And actually, his base, Vinchester's base, very compact, very safe behind this town center. And this tower, a very safe, secure base for now for Vinchester, who is, really just a little bit behind in this game. But and Mr. Yo getting fletching, adding that extra range on the tower and the skirmishers, moving in here, dropping a tower on this right hand side of the base, getting ready to pressure through this area. Vinchester dropping a market to be able to buy or sell whatever he needs to do the things that he needs to do. As Mr. Yo getting this tower up, Vinchester will also get this tower, but he does lose a villager in the process. This tower just keeps this area. These towers now will fight and fight. So, just like in game one, Vinchester was faster to feudal age, able to take map control, able to take control with towers and archers. We see the same thing with Mr. Yo here, putting himself in just a better position And this is a great tower over here by Mr. Yo, but Vinchester again, he doesn't like this tower place. He doesn't want Mr. Yo to be able to pressure on this side, dropping his own defensive tower. And all these skirmishers poking away at villagers. Are any going to die here? No. Vinchester very wisely popping the weak villagers into the town center. I think he could even use a few more in the town center. Those skirmishers are all in range. Even up the military numbers. Ooh, while this is happening, the villagers are away. Vinchester hops out. He's going to batter down that tower. Very nice awareness there for Vinchester, realizing, hey, this tower's not walled in. There's no villagers here to repair it. The skirmishers aren't here either. I can hop out there, batter that tower down before before Mr. Yo can stop me. And I don't think the same thing can happen over here because of the skirmishers. But Vinchester, keeping himself safe but bottled into this little area. We'll see who makes it up to Castle Age first. I think that's really going to be a really important key point. I think both players just macroing their way to Castle Age at this point. Vinchester has the market, has the gold access. Mr. Yo just now transitioning onto gold, has no market that I'm seeing. Dropping another lumber camp back here. So, and what's in here? Using this villager very wisely, using this villager to make some houses, made a mill, collected the food, and now dropping a tower. That's so annoying. And Vinchester can see it happening, but doesn't really realize, I'm sure. What's this over here? Oh, just that house. I saw the flashing blue, and I thought maybe something was going on. Vinchester, though, he's going to be much, much quicker to the castle age. As soon as this next villager pops out, he's going to idle his town center and go on up, I would have to assume. Now, this is something interesting. This tower just okay. Vinchester, yeah, on the way to Castle Age. Mr. Yo, not there yet, and Mr. Yo could sell resources and get up pretty quickly. But Mr. Yo, like I said earlier, no market here, no market anywhere to be found. And Vinchester pushing these villagers away. That is a sign of concession by Mr. Yo. Okay, you can take this tower. Yes, 8-2 on the military, but it doesn't matter if a few knights come out. I know that you don't go knights with the Britons, and maybe it's just going to be crossbows. Crossbows would do it, but no crossbows coming out. Siege? Is it going to be siege? I don't know what Vinchester is planning on doing with this faster castle time. I don't think it's crossbows because he's not making any. Yes, it's knights hidden in the back of his base. Vinchester. He's going to make a few knights to crush the aggressive the forward pressure of Mr. Yo. Almost 2 minutes faster to Castle Age. So here we have map control, eco, and military control by Mr. Yo, but we have a time window for Vinchester, and these are obviously going to be nice for the Lithuanian player. I don't think the Britain player wants to stay in monks or in knights here because of the monks and the better knights of Mr. Yo, but clearing up these skirmishers, getting some pressure in is going to be very nice with these knights. And another tower getting dropped here, and the skirmishers pulled to make sure that tower goes up. And so I don't think Vinchester is going to respond in kind. He's just up. Knights, two knights on the way out, and I would expect to see archery ranges getting dropped. Oh, he's going to find out the hard way. There's already enemy there. Dropping a forward town center. Vinchester going to boom it out, interestingly enough. Going to try booming it out and protecting himself from the knight pressure that is sure to come. A knight, two knights over here for Vinchester. Gonna try to deny this tower, but not gonna happen. The quick walls dropped, and those are stone walls. But the two knights, they're gonna clear up all of these. Oh, well played, Vinchester. Deletes his own wall and runs in and takes care of that villager. All those skirmishers are going down. That villager going down. However, pretty substantial eco lead still for Mr. Yo, 45 to 34 on the villagers. Military lead now for Vinchester as he is building a monastery, right? Right? Yes, a monastery to try to deny the relics, to try to convert the monks, and still in knight production. No, Vinchester not producing anything at the moment. He's got to switch into crossbows, I would have to think, any second now. Forcing the skirms out from the spearmen out from the Lithuanian player, and now knights coming out for the Lithuanian player as well. Just that was, I think, an excellent play. Just going full monks. So it looks like wow. I would, I'd really prefer to see something coming out besides just monks for Vinchester here. However, he's at the limit with his eco. He doesn't have enough food to produce out of his two town centers. He's looking at dropping a castle. I think Vinchester really just wants a castle up here, but you have to have map control to be able to drop a castle. And here come the enemy knights and spearmen, 8-4 on the military front, and the map control, now somewhat more even, but definitely not yet in favor as these knights just run straight to the back of Winchester's base. Winchester in trouble here, and this tower really restricting his space, just restricted. That's what's everything going on here. He can expand this way, is what Winchester is going to have to do. And the monk out, Mr. Yo, showing us how it's done here with the Lithuanians on Socotra. We have two town centers against one. The villager number is now only 9 apart, so closing in a little bit. The monks out for both players, converting the knights back and forth. You convert me, I convert you. You convert me, I convert. Oh, both of them lost. For okay, one goes down, one converted for Winchester. The archer range deleted to get that angle in for Mr. Yo, so he'll have to make another archer range. And that Mangonel moves in too close, almost loses it, but does not do so. And the castle on the way up now for Winchester. Can he get this castle up? This is so key. Now, protected on the one side with okay, quick walls, good, 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 good. The monk hops into the tower. Wow, that was a long one conversion cycle. Oh no, he got it. He got it. Never mind. I take it back. Got the conversion. Has the quick walls in. He put this town center on the stone, and by doing so, was able to get the stone to build the castle. And this castle, I think, has ooh, it's going to be close as 3 mangonels. If they can push this town center back, can deny this castle very easily. However, one knight coming out here, the monk's already there waiting. Going to try to take the mangonel, unable to do so, running away with the knight and healing it up with himself. The castle is going up, so I think Mr. Yo gonna finish off this town center and then find another angle of attack. But the question is, what longbowmen? Yes, you love to see the unique units of the Britons, these beautiful longbowmen. As Mr. Yo loses a mangonel for nothing, not paying attention to that as he's focusing around this area. He's got a knight in the back still over. No, just the house. Never mind. See that flashing? See the flashing? Okay, let's see about relics, Mr. Yo. These relics for the Lithuanians, giving them a bonus 10 plus 2 attack with no attack upgrades yet. No, with one attack. So one relic in, the second relic coming in, you'll see that bump up to 10 plus 3 attack on these knights because of the two relics in this. Three relics in this monastery. Oh, no attack upgrades yet for those knights, and 10 plus 3 attack. So very powerful knights. The longbowman out for Winchester. So he's just going to go full longbowman to try and counter the Night Siege aggression. But he's so far behind in eco. So far behind in eco. Yes, he's got a castle, but that castle is a defensive castle, not applying any pressure. And this attack coming in from Mr. Yo on the right hand side of Winchester is really going to cripple Winchester. I would not be surprised to see maybe a guard tower click. There's no university coming in just yet. The monks and longbows will do really well here, as longbows have so much range. They're not that concerned about the mangonels. But the villager out to protect that. These guys need a lot more upgrades, as Bodkin now coming in, and this knight it should not be out here. Yes, deleted. And oh, the tower goes down. No guard tower upgrade coming in. I think Winchester is really in trouble here, trying to find a place to go. He's going to drop another town center back here on this side of his base. And back in here with a knight, loses it to a conversion. These knights were. Oh, good. Good work by Winchester. Takes out one mangonel. He's about to take out the second. This longbow mass is getting a little bit scary as the knight conversions coming in. The conversions coming. Nope, no conversions. The knights run away. The longbowmen run away. Everybody just running away from each other, and a second castle being dropped by Winchester, just creeping across the map, gonna take out Mr. Yo's area. Winchester loves his castle placements, and this is huge. That's one, two, three golds locked down by these two castles, and this gold locked down for Winchester by a town center, a tower, and a castle. That's almost impossible to push as Mr. Yo is going to have to move to this right hand side of the base completely, and Winchester is now pushing him back. Winchester with the military that Mr. Yo doesn't want to fight, sniping off the monks with the longbows. What am I witnessing? Mr. Yo, he's buying food to make knights. He needs stone. He needs a castle on this hill now, or maybe even all the way up here, because he needs these golds. He's running out of gold access. This is his only gold access right now that is secured. As Winchester moving forward with these castles. Winchester, is he done with the castles? Maybe for now. Who knows? Probably, as he's chasing down these knights, losing a few longbowmen needlessly, pinched between the town centers. You don't want to do that. You need to keep your longbow mass up, and so he really needs to get out of there. Uh, but Mr. Yo on the way to Imperial Age, that's what he was buying the food for, not knights. He's not worried about these castles because he's going to have one of his own, and this gold here will allow him enough time to get himself up. Skirmishers going to be coming out. Those speedy Lithuanian skirms. Lithuanians have tremendous trash units and tremendous nice, just a wonderful civ, a tremendous eco with that nice early 150 food bonus. Raiding with the knights, this is what you want to see when you're a knight player faced up against an archer player, even on a tiny map like Socotra. Find places to raid. As, oh, Winchester wisely just builds a siege workshop on top of that hill. Yeah, that looks like a nice hill for a castle. I don't have the stone for a castle. My opponent does. Let's put a siege workshop there so he can't take it. And that siege workshop also is going to be producing rams to start pressuring even more Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo still with the house over there, faking me out. I hope that goes down soon. In another 109 shots, it will go down. Now, Mr. Yo, he's got a castle placed. He wants this. He needs this to go up. The archers, the longbowmen moving over here, that's not enough to deny it. That's not enough to fight back these knights. As they push the longbowmen back, losing two longbowmen at the cost of zero knights, and those will go back and be healed up. Not what you want to see. However, on this side, you have the Rams pushing down the siege workshop and all these longbows shooting at that mangonel, getting it down. This town center in danger here from all these longbows, villagers, and Rams. What a push as the villagers repair the Rams. Yeah, you can shoot those down with the town center, but the villager numbers are surprisingly close. However, Mr. Yo in Imperial Age. Winchester with the better military, but Mr. Yo with the castle, with the Trebs coming out, and Winchester going to have trouble pushing that. However, completely exposed economy being added by Mr. Yo, where while he's losing access to the right hand side of his base. So this area of the map is so critical. Mr. Yo now completely out of gold. Can Winchester hold this area of the map long enough to get a big enough advantage in the other areas of the game to win this game? Can he push fast enough to just crush? Now, a lot of skirmishers are added. This is bad from Winchester. There are 14 skirms on the field. They will make light work. They're Lithuanian skirms. They're fast. You can't just micro away from them with these longbows, which are slower than regular archers. This castle going down, the skirmishers and knights moving around. I still say, yeah, no, this and Winchester on the way to the Imperial Age. The skirmishers coming over here, find some raiding, find some damage, as Winchester still pushing in. I'd love to see a mangonel out, maybe. I don't know. Well, these are Imperial Age skirms with Imperial Age upgrades. Some more armor would be great. So right now he's getting all the range and attack on these skirms he can, but I don't believe chemistry adds any range. So I think some ranged armor would have been a higher priority there. I think that was a university drop denied from Mr. Yo, and that's an idling an awful lot of Winchester's eco. Well, Winchester he's not afraid of that skirm mass, but he doesn't want to fight it either, and just losing longbows needlessly to the castle as he's fighting over here. Villager fighting these skirmishers, and a mangonel out. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. Taking care of these skirmishers. The skirmishers are forced away. But over here, the longbows forced away. These skirmishers are not what you want to be fighting. Longbowmen versus skirmishers. But that's all Winchester has. He doesn't have anything but longbowmen. He's going to be adding a few knights to clear up these skirmishers, so that's nice. That's great. One castle lost for Vinchester. Mr. Yo able to now get back on gold. He's not. I don't know why not, but he's not getting back on gold. Adding, oh, he's got 8 on gold somewhere. Okay, this gold. He was able to push this army away. He's got this area back for himself. So Mr. Yo slowly getting these areas of the map back did just enough damage. However, Vinchester holding this area of the map, running low on stone though. This ram push, big ram push. He just wants the trebuchets down as Vinchester just now reaching Imperial Age. Going to be putting out a treb of his own. The Rams are just soaking up some skirm fire. They're not doing anything. Vinchester in trouble. Mr. Yo with a pretty massive military and economy lead. The only hope for Vinchester is map control, and the military lead for Mr. Yo is 35 skirmishers. All right, skirmishers are not that scary. Over those 2 knights, wherever they were added, they're down. They're dead. They didn't have an effect. And this eco constantly being raided by skirmishers. The Rams headed forward to take out the trebuchet. Siege is there for Mr. Yo. The Knights are coming back. I think, okay, so the Knights went in over here and pulled, yeah, so the Knights went in over there, pulling the Knights away for Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo cleans up those Rams, but Vinchester bought himself a tiny bit of time. No treb coming out. This looks dire for Vinchester as more trebs are out. Now, 2 trebs on the field for Mr. Yo taking back the map control that Vinchester gained. And it's that feudal tower rush. You saw it just really restrict Vinchester, get Mr. Yo the advantage. And yeah, Vinchester played a great castle age. Mr. Yo boomed his way to imp more quickly, was able to get map control back before it was too late. And here he is, finally a trebuchet coming out for Vinchester. Now a trebuchet means every time he's making a trebuchet, he's not making longbowmen, and longbowman he's not even teched into anything else. Longbowman is the only unit that he has teched into. That's not good for Vinchester, as he does have full attack and range upgrades on those longbowmen. Very scary unit, longbowman, but Vinchester getting the extra armor. Sorry, Mr. Yo getting tower shields, the extra armor on his units. The trebuchets are not going to last forever for Vinchester. This castle's going to fall. This area of his base already getting pushed in. 3 trebuchets, no, just 2 on the field for Mr. Yo as he begins to pressure from both sides. And GG, the score is now 1-1, and I think this 1-1 in this best of 7. Oh, switch that over. 1-1. Mr. Yo takes game number 2 with just a very nice feudal play on this crazy feudal heavy map. Mr. Yo versus Vinchester. Masters of Socotra 2 semifinal. Sorry, final. Military stats, you can see Mr. Yo 101 to 66. Just really, that's not the KD you want to see as Britons. Britons like to have a very positive kill death ratio. The economy in favor of Mr. Yo the whole way through, except for gold technology. Those faster times to Imperial Age, that's what did it. That's 6 minutes there almost. Just really did it for Mr. Yo. And the society stats, you can see Mr. Yo just had a much larger economy, many more villagers, and ended up taking the map control back that he'd lost and taking game number 2, sending us to 1-1 in this final of Masters of Socotra 2.